Yeah, man. It's Yo True the DJ Win checking in. What's happening, man? Win or Lose TV. We got another episode. Got my dog Dreadlock Esco in the building.
What's happening with y'all? You know what I'm saying?
We got that 813 legend. Pioneer to this shit.
For real.
Tom motherfucking G. What's up, dog?
You already know, man. What's happening, fellas? Know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all having me on the show, man. Shout out to Win or Lose TV. We out here.
For sure.
But I ain't know if I could get people to come with all this corona crazy shit going on, man. But I appreciate you coming out, though.
Oh, yeah, that's a blessing.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know I fuck with you the long way. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you tell me to pull up. As long as I'm free, I'm going to pull up. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. Everything I ever needed, man, you definitely done supported, man, for like the last 20 years. I would say 20 because it's been a good 20.
Yeah.
For real.
It's been some decades. I can't lie. I done grew up listening to man music. It done been some decades. You done been in it.
Yeah, throughout the process of niggas moving and shifting, it don't seem that long, but it's definitely been about about 16, about 15, 16, something like that, like to be exact.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, man. I just want to take it back. I just want to do some different shit, man. Like, from the beginning, how old were you when you just even, you know what I mean, got into doing music? Or what made you even really want to start doing this shit?
Shit, from the beginning, you know, I started probably like when I started fucking with it, like for real, it was like high school days, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I started fucking with it a little bit, but then I got serious with it, like, you know what I'm saying, like 03, 04, you know what I mean? After I had done went off to college, you know what I'm saying, for football and shit at Stillman College, and I made a mixtape called Man of the Hour. It really was like my first album, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bolo. Bolo produced the whole thing because he was already up there before I got there. And then, I was playing football. I became ineligible and shit because I wasn't going to class and shit. So I ain't had shit else to do. I was already killing niggas on the yard and, you know what I'm saying, battle rapping and shit like that.
Okay.
So nigga Bolo just snatched me up, you know what I'm saying, and put me in the studio and like, nigga, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? So we came up with like 15 joints. We put them bitches on a CD, you know what I'm saying, and went platinum on the yard. I think we sold like 500-600 of them shits in like 2 days on the yard. We had that shit like a real dope store. We standing out there. You know what I'm saying? We got a little something to drink out there. Every car that passed through, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a campus where you could drive through it. And we were stopping cars and motherfuckers were buying them shits for like $5 and $10 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Who did you listen to back then? Like what artists or like what music influenced you back then?
Back then, most definitely the Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely Cash Money, Young, No Limit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Most of the niggas out the South. Around that time, I think T.I. had done just dropped. Might have been I'm Serious. I think T.I. had just came with I'm Serious. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Jon them was doing their thing, but I'm saying like the motherfuckers who I really was locked in on was like the Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? No Limit. T.I. You know, who else would the fuck I listened to around? Oh, of course, Jay-Z had just dropped the Blueprint around that time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it was shit like that.
Sports. You say you play sports.
Yeah.
What position?
A little bit of everything, man. I played on O-line, D-line, played center, defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a motherfucking linebacker, but I ain't feel like doing all that running and shit. I'm more of a 5 to 10 yard, 15 yard runner. I ain't doing all that sprinting around the field all day long.
Oh, a few yards and you're done.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but like, you know what I'm saying? When I graduated, though, you know what I'm saying? My junior and senior year, I was at center. That was my position.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm mad that I held that down like pretty good. I would like to think. Went to the All-Stars and all that shit.
At what point of your career, like, did you really feel like you were becoming like a staple? Because you really are a staple in the community and in the city of Tampa. Like, at what point of your career did you know, like, this is what you were becoming?
I think after after I dropped Cushion Cups and 6.5, and then I started being more active in the community when people called me and want me to pull up and support certain things that were going on in the community. And once I started seeing that, you know, the way people approach me, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's beef in the hood, niggas would come approach me to like be one of the people to try to help stop it. You know what I'm saying? And like,
okay.
Yeah, like one of the niggas that are, you know what I'm saying, kind of defuse shit. Because once niggas seen I wasn't really the type of nigga that start bullshit, but you know, we always was like, you know what I'm saying, prepared for the bullshit. But once they seen like how I was rocking, and I'm like kind of directing my young niggas like, nah, we ain't finna just be doing dumb shit, but if a nigga bring the dumb shit, we'll handle it. But we gonna rock this way. We trying to move up. You know what I'm saying? We trying to go up. And once people start seeing that, plus like the message that I was giving off in the music and shit like that I always give off, that's when I kind of like realized I was like a staple in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the wins and some of the losses on your journey to get to where you at today. Like, can you share some of that with us?
In specific, I done been through so much shit. It'll take me some time to kind of like run it off. But the losses just as a whole, it's just, you know, going through the motions with this shit, man. Feeling like, you know, you might be, you questioning yourself whether you might be wasting your time. You questioning, you know, you might have your old lady on your head. You know, it's bills due. You following this dream. You know what I'm saying? You following this dream, and she with you on the dream too, and she trying to ride best she can, you know, and you know, shit get to the point where it might be time to like think reality. Like that's, you know, your old lady in your head, like, man, you might need to go on and keep doing your thing with your dream, but you need to go and get you a little job, but you know what I'm saying, or you might need to go and do something and figure out what we gonna do, because we got kids and we still got to have plan B if this don't work out, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Reality. It's just that's the reality of it. And you know, thank God I had, you know, it's what I have, old lady that, know what I'm saying, roll with me, you know, till shit got greater later. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everybody ain't fortunate enough to have that. You know, some cats go through it where I know a lot of rappers go through that shit where they old lady not finna ride to the bus out like that. Cause you know, you got people, she got people in her ear too, just like you do. She got people in her ear like, damn, you still fucking with that nigga, man. Know what I'm saying? He been doing this shit for that long. That shit ain't finna work. He need to go and sell some dope or something. He need to do something, like, know what I'm saying? You finna keep fucking with that. You believe in it like that, and then that shit get to them, and then they put the pressure on you. Like I say, so thank God, like my old lady, you know what I'm saying, she rolled with a nigga through that shit. On top of the fact that I ain't just never been no broke ass nigga that just sit around and just let bills be due and just be on some shit eater shit. I always been a go getter, whether I had to get it out the street or whether I had to go get a job or whatever. But those are the downs of this rap shit, and the ups is when the shit get good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of the people that was there for you. You know what I'm saying? That was in the gym. Like when they say, bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Whoever was in the gym shooting with you, my nigga, that's who you got to look out for and keep around you. Because them the people that's really there for you. All the people that fell by the wayside, they can keep, you know what I'm saying? They can go on, they can die out with the bad times. And then when the good times come, all your people that's good got to ride with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep them with you, basically.
Yeah, you and Peter been rocking forever. How did that relationship start?
Man, shit, since T-ball, you know what I'm saying? You know, it started out as a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, some of us been off and on, but we all brothers and shit. But me and Pito been rocking since motherfucking T-ball. That's when I met him. I met him at Southeast Little League. You know what I'm saying? He from a neighborhood that's probably like 10 minutes away from mine, driving distance, you know what I'm saying? But we all like family because we all played sports together when we was young and shit like that. So we used to call each other cousins and shit, you know what I'm saying? So me and Pito been rocking since probably like 94. How
important was he to your career?
Very important, you know what I'm saying? Very important, because you know sometimes when I don't see the light, you need people around you that do see the light. You don't even see your purpose. When you so caught up in, you know, I can remember time when I was just so caught up in the streets. I'm like, man, fuck music. I remember when I first dropped the first album, when I was with Gigantic Entertainment, I was like, man, fuck music. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even want to get out there and sell the CDs. They want to go to the mall and sell the CDs. They like, nigga, you got a promotional van wrapped and everything, nigga. You got shit niggas don't got. You know what I'm saying? Provided for you, and you still don't even want to. But at the time in my mind, I got other people in my ear like, man, fuck that music shit, man. You got to get this money off the street, bitch, and then you going to really be able to turn your music up. And, you know, I'm around them wrong influences and shit, young and shit, just going through the motions. But Pito was always one of them niggas that was there to, like, keep the real shit around me. Like, even when I ain't want to hear certain shit he was saying, you know what I'm saying?
So basically, he wasn't no yes man. He would tell you like it is.
Yeah, he definitely ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like everybody needs that in their life. Somebody that's going to keep it real with you, whether you're going to respect them or not. Actually, I respect somebody who will keep it real with me than just to be sugarcoating shit and saying I was a yes man and shit like that.
Yeah, me and this nigga argue all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, he gon' sometimes I feel like he making his business to say shit to me I don't want to hear. You feel me? Just cause that's his niche, that's his thing. You feel me? Like sometimes I feel like he do it on purpose, so I take it that way and we go to arguing and shit. But I know it's all in my best interest. You know what I'm saying?
I do a few people like that too. They probably want to talk shit and
Yeah.
fight me and all kind of shit. But listen, at the end of the day, they thank me because they like, damn, boy, you really motivated me and kept me on my toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've been doing it a real long time, so I just kind of want to touch on this. I don't know your exact situations that you might have been through, or maybe different labels or different people that got behind you. What are some of the situations you've been in that you you had to learn from or overcome or things like that?
Pretty much, like I had to learn at an early stage, you know what I'm saying, to stay out the way. Like as far as if you want to become a demand, you know what I'm saying, and you're an artist, you can't be in the club every night. You can't be in the club hanging out. Like when you first start, that's your job. When you first start, that's your job. You got to book the DJs. Sure. You got to be out there. You got to be putting yourself in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? You got to create an image for yourself and a name for yourself. But once you create that name and once you create that rapport for yourself, then you got to fall back. After that demand is created, you got to fall back. You can't keep hanging out and trying to be this ultimate nigga in the club every night. You know what I'm saying? You blowing all your money and shit. Then you wonder why a bitch don't want to book you. A bitch don't want to book you because you coming for free.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably one of the most talented people in Florida. So why not a big major deal for you? I
get asked that a lot. I done had deals on the table and shit like that, but I don't know. I just think my journey different. You know what I'm saying? I just think, cause God always proving to me and always showing to me, you know what I'm saying, in visions and little shit that take place in my life, that my journey is kind of different. You know what I'm saying? I could have took a big deal a long time ago, but I think I would be washed at this point if I would have like blew when everybody felt like I should have blew. You know what I'm saying?
I always tell people timing is everything, and I mean God's timing personally. I feel like if it's meant to be, what's going to happen when it happens. I actually respect the fact that you guys have always stayed independent from my eyes and what I can see, and you guys always worked the streets. You've worked the avenues from back in the day, like you're saying, putting out CDs, selling CDs, going around putting up posters, actually doing the guerrilla type marketing. Now that we're in a different era, it still applies, but how did you guys like learn the curve of just staying ahead with everything?
Cause one thing they can't deny is the grind. All you gotta do, kind of like what we did, was just readjusted the grind. Okay, shit going to the internet now. Okay, shit going to the virtual aspect of shit. It ain't really the hands-on with the CDs and the posters no more like it used to be, which we still do that too, because you got some old school people that just they won't let up off that aspect of the grind. Yeah. That's what they want to see. You know what I'm saying? So we still do that, but we just adjust to what's going on, man. It's just like reading a playbook. You know what I'm saying? You practice all week. When coach throw that play at you, you know what I'm saying? You just, okay, boom, boom, boom. We might have to call an audible or something, because I'm the one in the game. I'm the quarterback. You feel me? So when I come down to, you know what I'm saying, to get up out of that center, my nigga, and I look at this shit and see, nah, this ain't what we need to be running. Okay, boom, you know what I'm saying? Then we go back to the other, you know what I'm saying? And
people don't understand that neither. Like, I know it's new ways and it's new technology and new ways to promote your music, but I always feel like you said, it's people that don't want to let go of that physical, you know what I mean, having a CD, having a poster, having that thing. So I always think it's important. Like, people always tell me, like, what do you think? All internet. I'm like, nah, you gotta bust it down. You gotta do some street.
Yeah.
Right.
And even if you do focus on the internet, I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like artists need to move around. You still gotta move around to be seen. It's a contact sport. You never know who you're gonna meet, who could take you or help you to the next level, who wants to help you. If you just sitting around, you gotta move.
Right.
This music shit is a consistent motherfucking game. If you not being consistent at this shit, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
And a nigga wonder why I got 30 mixtapes, because I refuse. Well, I started doing the mixtapes so much because I look up to Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, I always felt like a tag team partner with Wayne, because he a little older than me, but it's like I can relate to him, you know what I'm saying? He probably like a year or two older than me, you know what I'm saying? I can relate to him because we that close in age, and then like his image and everything, I just locked in on him. So when I started rapping, nigga, every time Wayne drop some shit, I'ma drop some shit. Every time I used to do that shit for real. Like every time Wayne drop a tape, Tom drop a tape. And I did it like that until the point where now it's like I got a whole plaque that Pito made me with like fucking 20-something tapes on the motherfucker, and that ain't even all of them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it was always a good strategy, the way you guys released it, the names of it. Your top 5 favorite tapes, projects that you ever put out.
Top 5?
Yeah, your top 5.
In no order: Pressure Bust Pipes, Cushion Cups. I would say Man of the Hour because that's like my first child. You know what I'm saying? Man of the Hour. Hustle and Flow, and then 16 Summers, the new one I just dropped.
That's what's up. How important is family?
Family first, man. You know, God first, then family. Family is very important. Family is your that's your support system. That's the only support system you really genuinely got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, outside of people who really just want to see you win and just, you know, they intrigued by your movement and by what you do. But family is that's all you got, bro. When you go home at night, my nigga, who you laying around in the crib and watching movies with and kicking it with, you know what I'm saying? That's who count. That's who count. That's who always gonna be there. What
does Tom G like to do instead of doing music? Like, what is your hobbies like?
I like to play GTA.
Okay. Okay, so you're a video game man.
Yeah, I'm a gamer, but I don't fuck with all the games. I just fuck with GTA though. I fuck with GTA heavy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I throw the car shows and shit on that motherfucker. Have 30 niggas in that motherfucker for real, and we be having real video game block parties on that video.
Hell nah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you some clips to throw in this shit so you can show them during the shit. Like if you want to, you can go to it and show the people.
So 16 Summers, the album 16 Summers, do you feel that's your hardest album to date right now? Like that's your hardest creation of work that you got out, or is it something that you think?
Well, I feel like, I don't know, I really can't call if it's my hardest because so many people got so many different opinions on what may be my hardest or what may be, you know, whatever time frame that I drop that tape that you may feel like it's my hardest tape, it may have captivated you at that time because it bring back memories or you was in a special place in your life, and that's what you want to call my best shit. But I feel like all my shit hard. Like I feel like all my shit hard. You know what I'm saying? 16 Summers definitely in the paint with some of my best work though, for sure.
Okay.
And I ain't just saying that, the people saying it. You feel me?
You know, I got out of federal prison like I told you, like 2011, 2012. You had some mixtape out. It was like I'ma rob me somebody.
Oh yeah, that was rob one of you, nigga. That was on that 6.5.
Yeah, now I ain't gonna lie, that was a hard mixtape right there.
Yeah.
That mixtape right there kind of helped me do a little bit of my time in the halfway house a little bit. I was on that one heavy right there.
Yeah. That was on 6.5, man. All that shit is classic. Like they would sleep on me all the way to like, I want to say like the raw streets, like in my area, they was on me from day one. But then they was the ones that like was riding with it and pushing the agenda. And then once I dropped Pressure Bust Pipes, that was in 2009. Okay. That's when like I really woke the city up, the area up, you know what I'm saying, the Bay Area up. That was 2009, and then ever since then, they just been on everything, you know what I'm saying?
That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. So you out here working hard. What is the next steps looking like for Tom G? Like, what is the master plan coming behind all this movement going on?
Well, we just trying to put ourselves in a position to like do what the greats is doing. Like, shout out to like niggas like QC them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to like every major label that's like the nigga who got Meg Thee Stallion and shit like that.
Sure.
You know, I don't know what they going through as of right now, but I'm just saying like people who creating that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Jay Prince and them and shit, they creating like big situations for the next man up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we trying to bring to the Bay Area. We trying to create that next situation for like the city, for the Bay. When I say the city, I'm talking about all this shit though. You know what I'm saying? I don't just be talking about the core of Tampa. I'm talking about all this when I say the city. You know, right now we got a facility we building up right now. It's gonna be multimedia. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to come and get your studio time in, your podcast and then interviews, you know what I'm saying, flyers, photo shoots, you know what I'm saying, shoot videos, all that shit, and we just going to let it grow from there, man. But I want to be putting some young niggas in some great positions within the next couple of years, you know what I'm saying, as well as myself, you know what I'm saying, but that's the ultimate thing, like my little brother Swaver, you know what I'm saying, he got one of the hottest tapes out right now, you feel me? And I just want to be in a position to where when he drops some shit, nigga, like we doing it like QC do it. We got the big budget, we got the crazy, you know what I'm saying, whole morale behind it. We got the world viewing this shit. That's what I'm on. You know what I mean?
Definitely. It always takes hard work and dedication, man. So you got your brother Swavo in the building right now. I see you in the background, you know what I mean? But hard work gonna always pay off though, for real.
Right. So that's where we at with it. We just trying to create. We like when in the beginning of the shit when he called me a pioneer, I really look at myself like that. You know what I'm saying? I tell niggas that I'm like, man, listen, man. All of us that's in this shit right now, that's what we doing. We pioneers to this culture for the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? And shit, nigga, we it's up to us to kind of like push the culture forward so they can have something to fall back on too. And then it's up to them to keep the torch rolling too. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think the young cats respect like the OGs has been doing it a long time?
I was just talking to somebody like about that the other day. Like I was talking to a younger dude, you know what I'm saying? And he was talking to me and he was telling me that like he got respect for me because when I first started and he was coming up, that's what he remembers. But then he don't have the same respect for like people that may have been before me. But I'm telling him that's why it's my job to like kind of like push that agenda on y'all so at least y'all know, you know what I'm saying? At least y'all have something in y'all mind to kind of, that's just like with JT Money. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the niggas that would make a younger nigga that may not know about JT Money respect JT Money because they might be like, oh, okay, so, okay, boom, Tampa Tony, oh, okay, rated R, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I be so big on that because I want niggas to do that shit for me too, you know what I'm saying? There's niggas out there that's doing that for me right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? For a younger nigga that may not respect a Tom G, how another person may feel like they shouldn't. You got niggas that go to bat for that. Like, nah, nigga, you need to go through the Rolodex. This nigga got work. Nigga, check this out. You probably was a baby when this shit came out, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's how you got to do it.
How hard was it for you to stay relevant all these years? You feel like it was hard?
Sometimes it get a little hard because, you know, once it's a wave going a certain way, it's kind of, they be tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the younger generation, they tunnel vision, and once they see something a certain way, that's just how they gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Until I guess you just gotta keep working until you break that yoke. You just gotta keep working until you break the yoke. If you keep, you know what I'm saying, working, they're gonna eventually respect it. But it definitely not a situation where like you go just, know what I'm saying, throw some shit out there and then they gonna respect it how your demographic or your crowd, you know what I'm saying, respects it. You gotta work. You gotta earn their respect just like everything else.
How important over the years was it for you to just stick to your craft despite of different waves coming and different styles and music? I felt like you always did you. You never switched up. You just did what you felt was right. How important was that for you?
Cause what I do is, know what I'm saying, like I stay. You know, when I was in school, I had a teacher, rest in peace, Mr. Fox. He used to always make us write current events every day. Come in, turn your current event in, look at the newspaper, tell me what's going on, look at the news, tell me what's going on in the world. So I take that and I still run with that to this day. You know what I'm saying? I just look at the current events. I'm on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying attention to what's going on, keeping my ear to the streets, even though I ain't like out in the street like I used to be. You know what I'm saying? But I still got partners in the street. You know what I'm saying? Still got family in the street. So that's how I keep up with it. And then I just stick to what I know, but I keep it relevant to what's going on and I keep it sounding relevant to what's going on, but also keeping my DNA all mixed in with it at the same time. So you really can't lose like that. Cause I hate to be that nigga. I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, he been doing it for a minute. He trying to sound like the new niggas. No, I'm gonna give you me. But I'm going to give you a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of that new flavor too, or I might throw a new nigga on that bitch or something to get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you did a great job doing that.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Don't be that guy, my nigga. Don't be ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, you got to try how you try. But at the same time, I don't want to be that nigga like, no, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if you've been doing this shit for a minute, just get the new wave and mix it with your shit. You ain't got to like completely like transform your shit.